Hi, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Carmen, and I'm the author of The Concrete Pillow. Here it is here. It's available on Amazon and YouTube for free, Barnes& and Noble and some other outlets. But I'm grateful to be sharing it and having several visitors and viewers. I'm grateful, truly grateful. So part one of wool is where I'm going to read out of today. It is basically the portion of the book that is the roughest part. The wool represents the rough start of the incarceration that I experienced for 13 months in county jail fighting a case. And I wasn't released. I had a baby while I was there, and that was very painful to have a child knowing you're facing 14 years and never like possibly not getting the chance to see her. It broke my heart, and when I had her, I could only look at her and tell her, I love you. You are beautiful, and let her go. I gave her up for adoption, and she came back through CPS on my birthday. And I was so shocked. I was like, how the family I had given her to had given her to CPS. And I was grateful. I was amazed at God, how he did his will. And I thought I was doing his will, but it was my will, to suffice. And so I actually was grateful, so grateful when she came on my birthday and I was able to visit with her throughout my stay at Riverside County Jail in California. And, she ended up coming back through CPS. So she was sent to my family, and my family took very good care of her, the best they could. And I wasn't able, so that's what happened. This book was written during those 13 months to help me overcome like anger, frustrations, resentments. Just if I was very angry with myself, I was very angry with people. I just had a lot of hatred in my heart, and I would take it out on people sometimes. And so instead of doing that, I tried to find a way to vent without hurting anyone or their feelings or it was a very rough time for me. And so I ended up getting 6 years after I went through the 13 month incarceration in county. And I did 6 years in Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, California, the largest women's facility in the United States of America. And it was a journey that whole 6 years. And prison life is definitely different and difficult. But it's amazing how, again, our Creator can basically get us through when we think we couldn't do it. He shows you can do it. So I did it, and I'm grateful that I got out of prison in 2009. I haven't been back to prison since. I've had some incidences, which I'll get into about my testimony, but I've never been back to prison. Thank God. And the inner works of this book are outpours from a broken spirit man, where the broken spirit then yields to the presence of God to empower the soul to amended transformation. This transformation is shown in 3 sections in this book. Again, part wool is what we're reading out of. It's dedicated to my sister, who showed me to love my best even at my worst. So I'm grateful to her, and she is no longer with us. So she's a blessing in disguise. And so wool's fabric is very rough, especially a wool blanket. The wool represents the hurt, pain, anger, and frustrations of the walls. Now, when I was given a wool blanket, it broke me out. Like, I'm allergic to wool. So they ended up giving me a cotton blanket, which I was truly grateful for. So I ended up naming part two of the book. Part two is of cotton. So part one is of wool, part two is of cotton, and part three is of fleece. Okay, so pages 4, we're going to soul searching. Only heartache and despair will leave you unaware of the open wound sweltering. This ill effect will have no regret to the pain that is obviously telling. When you come to realize the pain will subside only if you're able and willing, move on from there and don't compare all the emotions that keep on dwelling. Search your soul, gain control, and it will be important. Cherish time spending. Recognize hope, your future, goals, and before you realize a new story unfolds, you'll understand it was worth doing. I love soul searching. I journal, and journaling keeps me rooted and grounded in my soul in searching the truth of life, and that's we're supposed to be seeking, and we shall find. And so, let's see, being fooled. Giving up is easy to do. You reap no rewards of being a fool. This is page 5. The constant pain you feel within makes things hard to deal with, but you must not give in. Thinking of the consequences before they occur will aid in not being washed ashore. The thoughts are sometimes not understandable, so if there is no comprehension, do not make those thoughts able. Move on with thinking that's inspirational. Surround yourself with love that's spiritual. Enjoy being who you are. Make sure you're someone that's lovable from the start. You are the person who lives with you. Don't give in to being a fool. And I burnt a lot of bridges being a fool, and I live with that. Those people have probably moved on with their life, and but I've been a fool. I've offended people, and I excuse me, I need to make amends for that. I need to go back and let them know that I apologize. I was a fool, and unless it, puts me in danger or someone else in danger, I definitely wouldn't go back and apologize. But I will take it to prayer in my prayer room. And so, easily offended. This is page 6. I am going to share page 6 with you since I'm only at 8 minutes. Excuse me for coughing here. I smoke American Spirits, and it's a habit. It's so hard to break. It's like I'm telling on myself, but I'm being honest. I'm trying to stop smoking sometimes, and it doesn't seem to work. It just gets me more irritable. So pray for me, help me with that. Doesn't mean I'm condemned. It doesn't mean that I'm going to hell. I just need prayer. And it means that, the more prayer I have for my habit, the more likely, our Father will hear, our Abba, he'll hear and be willing to answer those prayers, regardless of what your prayer may need or be. Prayer need might be whether your habit is emotionally abusing people, or if your habit is controlling individuals, if your habit is, just drinking too much caffeine. That's another habit I have. There's other things that besides that are legal, even alcohol, alcohol's legal, and people form habits, addictions with that. And addiction and mental illness are two things that are at the top of my mind on a daily basis, because if you live with those type of things in life, and you get through life, you make it anywhere in life, and you're not on the street, um, homeless and struggling and suffering, um, you should reach out to other people that are like you, and you should share that compassion and love for those other people who suffer with addiction and mental illness, because you know where they're coming from, you know what they've been through, you know what they're going through, and you know how you can help them. You shouldn't sit on your gifts, and you shouldn't just um, I shouldn't either. I've sat on my gifts long enough, and I feel guilty of that. So I don't want this guilt anymore. I want to share, I want to encourage, I want to edify, and I want to strengthen this nation in any way I possibly can. And if it means the nation is 10 people who subscribe, that's okay with me. Those 10 people will be the part of the nation that I ended up helping. And that gives me gratitude and hope, and keeps me looking forward to the future. So here's Easily Offended, page 6. When a feeling appears you can't recognize, is it because there's someone who should apologize? Is there another reason for that feeling when people are around who are too revealing? Is it wicked or evil? Or should I run from myself? There's no reason for unforgettable filth from yourself or no one else. Why is the room more offending? Why is there room for offending when all you're trying to do is see your heart mending? People seem to be so unloving, and it hurts me to see their life crumbling. Don't ask why things must happen if you're not trying to see what you can do about them. I'm so concerned for this world. You would have thought I were still an innocent little girl, pure and refreshed like a smooth winter breeze, and thanking the Lord for saving me. Only my spirit guiding me through, because I know the kind of love I have for you. My God, my strength, and my salvation. I love you, Lord, in all of creation. Thank you for listening today. I'm sorry I went over. I try to stay at like 10 or 11 minutes. But I had some of that on my heart I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoy your holiday season if you celebrate the holidays. Um, I'm more of a individual who's not religious, judgmental. I try not to judge as much as possible, unless it's in a positive way, to keep me out of danger. Um, and it's best that you just try not to judge individuals who are on the streets as homeless people. They've had a rough life. They're there for a reason. Um, they must be suffering with a crisis of some sort. And sometimes they just need a listening ear. So if you're homeless right now and you're on the street, I'll listen. You can inbox me or comment, and I'll comment back. Um, be blessed, everyone, and I'm truly grateful and humble to be able to share this with you. Have a beautiful day or evening, and see you next time. Bye.